Hello everyone. So today I am going to talk specifically about my Lomography Instant Automat South Beach edition. So Lomography is a Lomography is a company that makes cameras it makes a wide range of cameras, but this is an instant camera. You know, it's built around the Fuji Instax Mini film. I don't know how in focus that's going to be, but I consider this superior in instant film to the offerings you get from Polaroid. Develops in, they say, 90 seconds. I don't know if it's quite that fast, but it is fast. And it has high tolerances for weather in terms of, heat and cold. And it's a bit higher end than a lot of the cameras out there, although not as high end as some. Lomography is not the only company out there that's making high-end stuff. Polaroid has launched their i2, and also Mint makes some, and there's probably dozens of others whose names escape me right now. But I want to talk specifically about this camera and what I've been able to do with it and a cool effect I've been able to achieve. Oh yeah, some people already probably know where I'm going with this. So what do you get when you open the box this comes in? Oh my God, it's amazing. You see lens accessories, so it's virtually a interchangeable lens camera, even though it's just an instant camera. You got fisheye, wide angle, close up, and the lens cap doubles as a remote. But it's the device you see in my hand right now in the video that's going to be really the subject of this video. And this is the Splitzer. And I'm going to show you what it does rather than try to put a cool graphic up. But you can determine how much light you block from hitting your film. Now, to best demonstrate this, I'm actually going to take 3 pictures. Count that, 3 pictures. 2 pictures are going to be single exposure pictures where I use the Splitzer, and the third and final is going to be our creepy Doppelgänger photo. And that's the one where I actually am going to take 2 photos on one piece of film using the Splitzer, and you'll see the results we get. Okay, so first thing is first, you put the Splitzer on the camera simply by screwing it on. The fit here is not perfect, so if you're new to Lomography, please don't feel inadequate or like a failure if it takes you your first couple experiences with this to get it. You can see I'm doing it now. I'm only doing it with one hand, and it's still slipping on me just a little bit here. Okay, so simply put, for the first shot, I block half the light, or half the lens really. And we can see the result of that. And then for the second photo, I just block the other side of that. Here's those 2 photos together. Now, as you can see, as befits half the light missing, half of the picture is just not developed. Okay, so what do? We now put our camera in multiple exposure mode. This is where we get to have some fun. You see the MX, that's how you know it's in multiple exposure mode. And with this camera, you can actually take as many exposures as you want. Lots of cameras such as this, instant cameras, you're limited to just 2 exposures. I know Polaroid now limits you to just the 2 exposures. But this, as many as you want. Of course, after a while, I imagine there's going to be a lot of degradation. And here you can just see how I'm going to go, sit down. I'm going to use the remote. I'm going to take one picture. I'm going to get up, and I'm going to adjust the Splitzer. I'm going to sit back down. I'm going to take another picture, and voila. Look at that. Okay, that is pretty creepy, right? This is why I call it the Doppelgänger effect. And all it really is not moving the camera, blocking the light, then changing your position. But what is very fun is the people who do not know how this is done, people who aren't into instant film, they will be forever guessing how you pulled this off. And the explanations I have gotten have been just beautiful because they're deeply technical and they are all wrong. It's great watching people struggle with this. And you get, if you're doing this to somebody else, you get a very, very shocked expression. I've literally seen jaws drop, go wide open, because if people don't know what you're doing, it takes them a second for their senses to kick in and see what's going on. I've literally seen it where somebody's looked at a photo for a couple seconds and then, done the sort of infamous, So, again, it takes some practice, and hey, anybody can learn this. And if you don't have a Splitzer, truth be told, you can improvise one. A lot of cameras, they have, the actual glass of the lens is pushed back, so you can apply tapes and things like that. I don't really recommend doing that because you could kind of forever mess up your glass with that, or to have to clean it more than you want. But either way, yeah, it's just practice, practice, practice. This is the best one I've done so far in terms of, spatial alignment. Unfortunately, the Lomography Instant, whatever edition, suffers from the problem that a lot of analog cameras have, and that's that the viewfinder and what goes through the lens is not necessarily the same thing. There's distortion there. Unlike, say, a digital camera where your display panel displays only what the lens is seeing. So it's an art, and you'll just get better the more you try it. Thank you.